Hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin. Dogecoin, just to follow up really from my last video that I made on the 18th of October. Yeah, it's been 10 days now, but we've pretty much hit my target level exactly. And I mean, this was a technical target based on that inverse head and shoulders, or maybe cup and handle, however you wanna call it. But basically what we did at the time, we identified the neckline, we used the length of that head, added it to the breakout point, and we came to 32 cents. That's what I mentioned in my last video 10 days ago. Now that happened, took a bit longer to break out because there was an attempted breakout here on the 18th, pretty much on that day when I made the video, but that failed, similar to some other cryptos which didn't quite get through that breakout point through the neckline. It was a bit of a fake out, came down, there was another reiteration, was pretty much also an ascending triangle that we can see here. Basically you had that ascending trend line and then also a horizontal, basically that neckline. I think it was actually a bit higher, probably here. Yeah, I think that was the neckline that we also used to define that price target. And yeah, today we've actually come to that level. Now that is good news. We are now there. Now, why exactly did that pump happen? To be honest, I think it's probably a combination of that inverse head and shoulders that we identified, or that cup and handle, or decent ascending triangle, whatever, which is just a bullish pattern. A lot of other cryptos broke out of that pattern as well. I think that is one thing. I think the other reason is that obviously we've got that hype around Shiba at the moment, about SHIB. And yeah, SHIB is still pumping. SHIB is still pumping. I still hold a small portion of my SHIB. Unfortunately, I sold along the way, but you know, nobody got poor from profit taking, so I did that along the way. Now Dogecoin, you know, I think they plan some things. I think they haven't really got anything major to offer now fundamentally, but it, you know, it is a meme coin. But you know, that's the purpose why I personally own some Doge as well, not many, but I bought them somewhere around 25 cents, I think, a long time ago. And still held them, and I hold them for, you know, purposes like these, like pumps that come suddenly. I mean, to be honest, a move to the upside was expected because of that pattern that we identified, and a lot of other cryptos did the same, and it was then consolidating bullish. I talked about in the last video, you know, we're breaking above the 20, above the 50-day moving average. At that point, it was to a certain degree expected. We now pumped through the 200-day moving average, and we are finding support above. We're finding support pretty much at my target level of 32 cents. Now that was not only that head of that shoulder added to the neckline, no, it's also the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, very important level, and that's pretty much where we're consolidating, just below that actually at the moment, but we already came above that, and now we are forming probably something like a pennant here. Let's take a look on the hourly, a bullish pennant maybe. Looks a bit like that, you know, consolidating bullish, climbing up a little bit. It remains to be seen, but I think that could be a breakout pattern to the upside again, potentially, now that we have gained some attention of some people, because that is obviously a 32% today is something interesting. And I remember that SHIB's pump started in a very similar way. Now we've got that 32 cent level also. Not only is that the 1.618, and not only was it the height of that head or the length of that head, no, it's also that previous high here from the 6th of September. So we need to get above that level before we can move to 35 cents, which is here. And I think the next sort of significant level we can identify then at pretty much here at 44 cents. Now we also have, together with that, did I just mention that 35 cent level? That's also the 200% Fibonacci extension level. So that is certainly one that we need to get through next. And then we would have, yeah, maybe we need to check this one out, 40 cents as well, which is 2.618. And after that, we have, I mean, we've got some significant local highs here at 45 cents, and then 60 cents and 75. You know, I have no idea if we get there. It's far too early to tell, but that is the, you know, that's the interesting thing with these meme coins. They keep the market interesting sometimes. And to be honest, there is nothing fundamental that would now support a pump like that. You know, similar with SHIB. I mean, SHIB has certain things to offer, to be honest. I looked more into it. It is quite an interesting project, and there is a huge community around it. And people talk now about, you know, is Doge dead? Is it not dead? Whatever. I don't think Doge will disappear quickly. You know, I think Doge will has its place, and as SHIB has its place, you know, but they are keeping the market sort of interesting. So you always have these, from time to time, you have these phases where they're just pumping, but then normally they're dumping as well. So that's why I actually held some Doge. That's why I held some SHIB as well. But yeah, I think it's looking actually not too bad, because we pumped above the 200, the 50, the 20-day moving average, and we're now holding, pretty much holding above the 30-cent level, which was important as well. So I would expect a little bit of a further increasing price move. I just told you the next level. If we can manage to get above the 32-cent level, then I think we could pump to 35 in the next move, and then we've got that 40, and then we've got 45, and from there on we could really move to 60 and 75 as well. That'd be interesting. So let's see, maybe, and that's just a theory, maybe SHIB will go down and Doge will pump next. Now that remains to be seen. I still think SHIB will drop at some point. It just moved up too far and too fast. I don't think it will drop to the level where it started. I think it will stop significantly higher, but maybe at that point money will move from SHIB to Doge. Be really careful with SHIB. Be really careful with SHIB. There is now a huge potential for people to lose money, a huge risk for people to lose money. It is getting pumped like crazy on social media. It's just to be careful. You know, it can't go up forever. And it has never worked that something went up parabolic and stayed like that. It always comes back down. That is just, it always happened. It can go on for a little bit more. Yeah, it can. But at some point it will come down. I just tell you, be careful with SHIB. People ask me, is it too late to go into Doge now? I don't think so. I mean, you know, we are still early. We are still early. And if we just consider that pattern, I mean, other cryptos broke out and they continue to move up from there. So I think... you know, I can't give you advice here. I can't give you advice, but if you see us moving above 32 cents, then I think, you know, we can move quickly. I think that would, but the thing is, if you wait for a breakout, it will probably be too late, because it can move so quickly. I mean, that pump today, that happened so quick. There was just one candle, and let's just go to the 1 hour chart. That just happened so quickly, that breakout. So you just need to watch it, or you speculate and you say, right, I'm gonna buy whatever. I'll just buy anyway, just for speculation. And you set a tight stop loss, and the stop loss you could set around maybe below that low here at around 28 cents. Might be worth doing it if you really, you know, fancy it, or you could set it below that low here at some point, maybe 25 cents. Now that would be quite a bit of a drop, but it all depends on your personal risk profile. It probably might make sense to set it somewhere below the 200-day moving average. So I just said 28 below that low, but maybe you set it a little bit below that 200-day moving average. That's only one suggestion, obviously no financial advice. You could also wait until we keep that pennant here. Pay close attention to that pennant, because that looks for me like a bull pennant, like a bullish pennant, bull flag, and that is going to break out in the next couple of hours, I would say. So yeah, I think that could pump. It could pump. There is no guarantee until we see a breakout, but that is an interesting pattern. As I said, we broke above all the moving averages, and with a hype around SHIB, maybe Doge will pump next. It's just speculation at this stage. All right, so hopefully you liked that video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.